So D23 is only a month away, and if any of you guys don't know what that is where Disney announces all of their new things that they're doing in the parks and the movie industry. They announce it all there and show off what they've been doing. So last year in 2024, I did a prediction video, and I actually did pretty well on it, on what they would announce. And we're going to run it back and do one here in 2026. So I hope you all enjoy. Let's get right into it. So before we get into these predictions, I'm going to quickly revise my 2024 predictions video just because there's so many things that have changed over the last 2 years, and I actually got some stuff right in that video. And if you were to show 2024 Jake the landscape of Walt Disney World in mid-2026, I would have called you crazy. Just so much has changed, from the Rivers of America being totally leveled, Muppet Vision 3D closing, Rock and Roller Coaster being rethemed. It's just crazy. So I'm going to revise my video real quick. So starting off in Animal Kingdom, I was correct that we would get a set in stone announcement for Tropical Americas and the themes of the attractions there. In Magic Kingdom, I was correct that we would get a set in stone Villains Land announcement. And I was also correct that Magic Kingdom would be getting a nighttime parade. I have no idea why, but I was just really confident for some reason in 2024 that would get announced, and it ended up happening. And I was actually able to be at the first ever Disney Starlight Parade, so it was all really full circle. Then Epcot, nothing really special happened, and I didn't think anything special was going to happen either. And we only really got an update on Test Track 3.0, and that's the only thing I really thought would happen. And I think they also announced the Geo 82 Lounge at D23. I could be wrong. But Hollywood Studios, this is where it gets super interesting, because I don't know how else to say it. I'll just play the soundbite from the video, because there is some stuff in here that could happen, but I don't think we're going to hear much about this park in the next couple of years, and that is Hollywood Studios. So I completely ate my words there, if you couldn't tell. And you know, I floated around the idea of a Monsters Inc. land. I floated around the idea of a Rock and Roller Coaster retheme, but I was not completely sold that either of them would get announced. But yeah, as you can see, they are actually still putting a lot of money into Hollywood Studios. So I thought that little segment was just a little necessary, just to show you guys how we got to where we are now. But with that being said, let's not wait any longer. Let's get right into my D23 2026 predictions. Let's go. This is Walt Disney World only. And we're going to be starting in Animal Kingdom, where I don't think we'll be seeing anything crazy, but I can almost promise you we will be getting a Tropical Americas update, and we will be hearing more about this Encanto attraction, and specifically what this ride system will be and what the ride's all about. And you know, is it going to be a boat system? Is it going to be a dark ride? Is it going to be a trackless dark ride? I don't know, but I can almost promise you we will definitely know the ride system by the end of the parks panel. And then we go over to Indiana Jones, where we already know it's a reskinned dinosaur. We know the ride system. We kind of know what the ride story is going to be around. It's going to be more like mythical creatures and Indiana Jones exploring that end of the spectrum. So I don't really know what they're going to tell us about dinosaur. Maybe some new concept art, and that's about it. And then maybe they'll give us an opening time frame for the land, because I could also see that happening. And maybe they'll just tell us a little bit more about what will be going on around the land with like dining, the carousel, who knows, but I can promise you we'll get a Tropical Americas update. There's no way we don't. So next up, we have a drone show in Animal Kingdom. I put this in my 2024 video, didn't get announced, but 2 years later, I still think it's a possibility, so we're putting it in this video for Animal Kingdom. And it's because Animal Kingdom, it needs more to do. Even after Tropical Americas opens, I still think the park needs a little bit more, and especially on the end of entertainment. A nighttime show would do wonders for this park, especially with the limited park hours it already has. And I think a drone show would be perfect in the empty amphitheater they currently have in Animal Kingdom. And you could make this work. It would be perfect. And you would just have to close off that bridge between Everest and the Nemo show for a couple minutes, just so the drones could fly to their launch zone and fly out onto the lake, just so it wouldn't go over any guests. But other than that, like, it would work fine. And obviously fireworks wouldn't work because the animals and all that environmental stuff you got going on in Animal Kingdom. So for obvious reasons, this is why a drone show I think would be the best option. So next we're moving to Disney's Hollywood Studios, where first off, I can promise you we are getting an update on Monstropolis, and I can promise you that we will be getting an official announcement on what will be replacing Muppet Vision 3D. This is something that myself and other Disney Parks fans have been waiting for a very long time, as Disney simply closed Muppet Vision in June 2025 without telling anyone what would be replacing Jim Henson's last work. And you know, that left a lot of Disney fans very disappointed that they would just close off a show that good and so iconic without giving us any update on what would be happening with the space. But we're now going to know next month, and it's a very long time coming, so very happy with that. And then I guess we'll probably get an update on what's happening with the door coaster and stuff like that because I don't think they would just talk about the Muppets Theater and nothing else in the land. So we'll probably hear more about the coaster and possibly other stuff in the land. So in regards to Hollywood Studios, I really think that's all we're going to get in terms of new announcements and updates. Unless Disney just randomly decides to drop some bombshell on us that Indiana Jones is closing for a new land, or Star Tours gets rethemed or something like that, I really don't think anything else is going to be announced with this park. But you guys saw what I said about Hollywood Studios 2 years ago, so who knows? But that's just what I think right now. Let's just hope I don't eat my words again. Alright, so next we're heading on over to Epcot, and the only thing we got on Epcot in 2024 was a brief update on Test Track, which is now open. And Epcot is currently the only Walt Disney World park without any active construction projects going on right now. And that's because of all the investment and all the construction that was going on in Epcot earlier this decade in the late 2010s. And there's definitely been a lot of new stuff added to Epcot in the last 5 years, but I do think there's some new things on the way in Epcot as it approaches its 50th anniversary. First, I said this 2 years ago, I'm saying it now. I think this is the year we get an announcement on what will be going in the Wonders of Life. The building has sat vacant for years and it's just been used for storage. But I don't think Disney would keep the building around this long and do refurbishments to it if they weren't planning on eventually doing something with the space. And I think this is the year we finally hear what goes in it. What I've been hearing people want to see here is a health pavilion, maybe featuring Inside Out, that focuses on mental health, physical health, and that aspect of things, bringing edutainment into Epcot, which is what Epcot is supposed to be. But I don't really know. I can't really paint a good picture on what could go in the space, but I do think Disney will announce something to go in the space. So the next thing I got on here, I really want to see it happen. I don't think it's going to get announced, but it's in here just in case it does. And that is Mary Poppins coming to the UK. It got announced in 2019, and then it got canceled during COVID. And I really want to see it come back because I think it was a really good idea. The UK needs something like that, I think. And I would just love to be able to walk down Cherry Tree Lane and be immersed in that environment. And even if the ride was just a spinner, I don't care. It would be a decent supporting ride in Epcot. Epcot needs all the rides it can get right now. And I would just love to see it come back, and I'd love to see it happen. All right, so this last announcement for Epcot, you guys have been waiting all video for it, so I saved it for last in terms of Epcot announcements. And that is, I think this is the year, lightning, we will be getting a new Journey into Imagination with Figment. This is the year I think it's going to happen. I think it's finally going to get announced. Disney has given us so many clues over the last couple of years, and it's definitely been in the works. I know Josh D'Amaro wants it. Neil Patrick Harris is hosting the presentation, who likes Figment, as a Disney Parks fan, has been involved with Figment recently. And I just think this is the year. Fans have wanted it for so long. We have all came together as content creators on social media, and we've all told Disney how much we want this new attraction to happen. I think it's going to happen. And will it involve the Dreamfinder and give that 80s, 90s charm? Hopefully. And I think this is the year that we get Journey into Imagination with Figment. If this doesn't happen, I'm going to look really stupid right now. But I think this is finally the year we get a Journey into Imagination announcement. In a more serious manner, Disney knows how much their fan base likes Figment and that they would love to see this new attraction happen. So I just think it's going to happen. I think it's bound to happen, and I think this is the year it does. We're going to be moving to Magic Kingdom now. This is our last park. This is our last set of announcements. And we're going to be starting off with one that I can almost guarantee you will happen, and that is an update on Villains Land and what these attractions will be. This land is like 15 to 16 acres, I believe. So there is so much room here to add attractions, where I think we'll be getting 2 to 3 attractions in this land. And what the attractions will be, I think we will get one flat ride. I think we will get a Maleficent coaster. I don't buy into the Emperor's New Groove rumors or the rumors that they pivoted for a more family-friendly approach. Although maybe it will have a family-friendly approach, I don't think they pivoted that far from the original concept art. I think they're going to stick with the Maleficent coaster they had in the original art. And then I think we'll get a really cool dark ride. I don't know if it'll be a dark ride, a boat ride, but I think it'll be a ride that features all the villains, because I could not tell you what it would be if it was to feature one villain. So I just think it will feature all of them, or a lot of them, and just put them all in the one attraction somehow. I don't know if you guys are following. I don't even know if I'm following myself, but I think something like that's going to happen. And along with that, we'll probably get some new concept art for these attractions and just what the vibes are going to be like around the land in terms of dining, shopping. They'll probably just show us what the land will look like as you're walking around. I also think in this panel they'll spend some time talking about Piston Peak and telling us more about this rally race attraction that we've all been speculating how it will work here for the last couple of years. And I also think they will tell us what that second family attraction will be in this Cars area, because they haven't said anything since D23 on what the attraction would be. Now, will it be just like a cloned ride system from California Adventure or another park, or is it going to be a new innovative ride system that we've never seen on a flat ride before? I'm leaning more towards that, but we'll see what happens, and I do think they will tell us that too. But like, this is what I meant at the beginning of the video though, because in 2024, I would have never thought we would be talking about this new Cars area right now, and we would be looking at a totally leveled Rivers of America. Like, I just would have thought you were crazy, bro. All right, so there's currently a tornado warning, flood warning, and thunderstorm warning coming over my phone. And it says there might be a tornado in the area, and it's hailing right now. Probably should get away from the window, but we gotta finish this video. My parents are on the side of the road a few towns away right now because it's hailing over their car, but we gotta finish the video, right? So we're gonna move to the next announcement, and I said this in 2024. I think it's gonna happen this year because I do think it's part of the whole Piston Peak Villains Land plans, and that is a Haunted Mansion parlor restaurant. I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen right behind the Haunted Mansion queue. They got a little spot laid out for it already. It's going to be not too big, but it'll be similar in size to the Beacon Barrel, maybe a little bigger. But this is something that I've wanted to happen for years. Like, I'm talking like at least 5 years I've wanted to see a Haunted Mansion restaurant happen. So I'll be super happy if this gets announced. And I do actually think like this is one that I'm confident that they could announce during this panel. The next thing, I think they'll briefly talk about the Carousel of Progress, maybe giving some new concept art, but given that it was just announced, it just closed, and we already have some concept art on it, I couldn't imagine them talking about it that much. And then the bombshell announcement that I think we get for Magic Kingdom that has been heating up over the last couple weeks is a full Space Mountain reimagining, full rebuild, and I think that means new track. It'll just be one track, a fully new station, and partially new queue. But I really hope they wouldn't take away the amazing queue music that it currently has. But this will be a big upgrade over the current Space Mountain. It'll be sad because the Space Mountain, it's iconic and kind of nostalgic in a sense because it has that 70s charm to it like the Matterhorn does. But the new Space Mountain will definitely be really cool, and it'll be nothing like Disney's ever done before, given that it'll take heavy inspiration from the brand new one that they're building from the ground up overseas. And it'll probably have some new innovative technology. So very excited for that. I'm very confident it'll get announced. I think it's in the cards for this D23. But yeah, that's all my announcements that I think will be happening for D23 in 2026 in terms of Walt Disney World. Let me know down below what you guys think and what you guys want to see happen or what you think will happen. I really enjoy coming up with these. We haven't done it in a few years, so getting to predict what will be coming to the parks was pretty cool. With that, I need to get away from this window. We got a tornado warning in effect right now, a thunderstorm warning, a flood warning in effect, and all sorts of crazy stuff going on outside right now. You guys probably seen lightning behind me over the course of the video. That's what the little flashes have been. So with that, getting away from the window, God bless. I'll see y'all next time.